What is up, guys? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys with Dallas Stewart on the power speakerphone. Dallas, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yep, and last week in week 6, we went 10-4 on our picks. Got 4 games wrong, got 10 games right. Another good week for our picks, and now we go on to our week 7 picks for the 2021 NFL season. First off, tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football, we got the Denver Broncos going to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. And the Denver Broncos, I think they're coming off of their bye week, right?
No, they lost.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah,
Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, Las Vegas Raiders. That's right. Shoot, why do I keep thinking some teams are on a bye week? Now certain teams are on the bye week this week. So the teams on the bye week this week are obviously the Dolphins and Jags that played in London, and then the freaking who else are on a bye week? The Bills.
Oh no, I actually think the Dolphins play this week. The Jags are on a bye.
Oh, why are the Dolphins playing after a London week, man? Like, dang.
I don't know, but they're playing this week.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, but
Chargers are on a bye. The Bills, the Steelers, and then in the NFC, I think the Cowboys and Vikings are on a bye.
All right, but anyway,
there's like 6 teams with a bye this week.
All right, now other than that, sorry about that. Back to it. So we got the Denver Broncos taking on the Cleveland Browns. The Broncos got whipped by the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Cleveland Browns got their asses handed to them by the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, they made it interesting, like especially with the Hail Mary that they threw, but Arizona just kept their foot on the pedal and just took it to Cleveland in Cleveland. That was a surprising game. But other than that, I got the Browns bouncing back on Thursday Night Football and getting a much-needed home bounce-back win against the Denver Broncos. Give me Cleveland.
I'm actually going to go with Denver because I believe Baker Mayfield is out for this game, and so is Nick Chubb.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. You know what?
They got injured in that loss.
Dang. Oh yeah, that's right. They did get injured. You know, as a matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna go with freak. But yeah, do they still have Kareem Hunt? And who's Cleveland's backup?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, still I don't know about Denver because Denver with their guys, and plus Cleveland still got that defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Screw it. Let's go split on this one.
Yeah. Let's just see what happens. I think Denver's gonna take advantage of Cleveland's injuries.
Yeah, but still, I think Cleveland's still got a little bit of an upper hand. They still got frickin' Odell Beckham Jr. And then, wait, their backup's Case Keenum.
Yeah.
Yeah, Case Keenum gets to face one of his former teams.
Okay, because he was on Denver.
Yeah, that's right. All right, up next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs going to Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans. The Titans pulled off an upset win over the Buffalo Bills. Derrick Henry went off, had 3 touchdowns in that game. And meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs finally bounced back and got a win. Granted, the couple of interceptions Mahomes threw against the Washington football team. Other than that, man, this is going to be a good game. I think this. We'll see what happens on this. Other than that, though, I mean, if Mahomes continues to get the turn the ball over, though, I think Derrick Henry. We know the Titans are gonna feed Henry and capitalize on it. I'm gonna take Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Tennessee as well to keep it rolling after that upset win over the Bills on Monday Night Football.
Second year in a row.
Kansas City's just been too inconsistent for me this year.
They really have.
So,
they've kind of been one of the disappointments.
I got Tennessee getting to 5-2.
Yeah, Chiefs have been a disappointment this year, man.
Probably one of the biggest disappointments.
Yeah.
If not the biggest.
Yep. All right. Up next, Washington football team going to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Washington football team, they were in it for a little while with the Chiefs, and then Chiefs just got rolling on them. Granted, the way they were hanging with them for a bit, and then meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers owning the Chicago Bears as usual. Aaron Rodgers doing Aaron Rodgers things against the Chicago Bears, and I expect those Aaron Rodgers things to continue against Washington football team with ease, and I got the Packers.
Yeah, give me the Packers to keep it rolling.
Yep. Up next, we got the Cincinnati Bengals going to Baltimore, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Man, the Ravens just stuck it to Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers last week in Baltimore. The Ravens just freaking demolished. That was one of the shockers. I did not see that one coming. The Ravens blowing out the Chargers the way that they did, and the Ravens are just rolling in the AFC North. They could very well be on their way to an AFC North title, and who knows, maybe possibly a number 1 seed. Does the road to the Super Bowl in the AFC maybe go through Baltimore?
Maybe.
They haven't had the number one seed since they choked the Tennessee in the AFC divisional round in the 2019 season. Man. And meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Bengals just demolished the Detroit Lions as we expected in that one. But different story, AFC North. I think the Ravens are going to continue momentum and get a division win against the Bengals. So I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens. I like the way they're rolling.
Yeah, give me the Ravens to get to 6-1. This should be a good AFC North matchup, though.
Yep, and Mark Andrews is once again freaking Lamar Jackson's ace target, and he is just killing it. He's one of the other few best tight ends in this league right now, and Marquise Hollywood-Brown is playing freaking good too, man. Like we mentioned, Ravens are just rolling, man. And Lamar's playing some good football.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. And even the running backs that took over, this year, even after their main three went down, are pitching in pretty good, especially Latavius Murray. And then Le'Veon Bell scored his first touchdown last week as a Raven. And I think Devontae Smith scored his first touchdown as a Raven last week. All three of the running backs for Baltimore scored. Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Carolina Panthers going to Metlife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. The Panthers had a big letdown in overtime against the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, the New York Giants, got obliterated by the Los Angeles Rams as we expected. And Sam Darnold's been turning over the ball a lot lately these last few weeks. Was that 3 losses in a row for the Panthers?
Yep, 3 losses in a row after the 3-0 start.
Yeah, well, I think that losing streak ends against the Giants, so give me Carolina.
Yeah, give me Carolina as well to bounce back and get above 500.
All right. Up next, we got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins just gave Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars their first win of the season, and Trevor Lawrence is now the first rookie quarterback ever to win a game in London. Heck, the crazy part is Trevor Lawrence's first career win is in London, of all places. Who would have thought of that? For his first career win, it would happen in London against another Florida team in the Duval versus Dade County. This time, Duval County got the win. Disappointing loss, and the Dolphins are circulating in the news for the rumors of they might be close with Houston to land a deal for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I just saw that earlier today. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons last week, were they coming up? Oh, yeah, the Falcons were on their bye week because they were in London. That's right. The Falcons are coming off of their bye week, and they handed the Jets a loss in London, as we kind of expected to happen after the Jets had that big upset win against the Titans, and we expected the freaking Jets to have that letdown against the Falcons, and Dolphins had that letdown in London against Jacksonville, and I think it's crazy that they don't have a bye week this week, especially after playing in London, man. That's a surprise, man. I thought the Dolphins would have had a bye week, to readjust to the time zone. But other than that,
Dolphins have been probably another team that's probably been one of the biggest disappointments this year.
Yeah.
After that opening win against New England in New England, and they've lost 5 straight, coming off of a 10-win season. I think they have to be on the list of one of the most disappointing teams in the league so far.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going on with Deshaun Watson's legal issues right now with the incidents that he's been in, but if it's all good, let's see if the Dolphins pull the trigger on it. But meanwhile, I think Miami's better than Atlanta, so I'm taking Miami.
I think Miami will be pissed after losing to the Jaguars in London. So I guess give me Miami to break their 5-game losing streak.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got an AFC East rivalry. We got the New York Jets going up to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots. The Jets coming off of the bye week after shitting the bed against Atlanta. Meanwhile, the Patriots are coming off of a loss to the Cowboys in overtime. CeeDee Lamb with that 35-yard game winner. What a game that was. And basically Mac Jones getting picked 6 by freaking Trayvon Diggs and then throwing a 75-yard bomb to Kendrick Bourne. That game was surprisingly good, man. I could not believe how good that game was, man. I thought for sure the Cowboys would mop the floor. I didn't expect that game to go to overtime. And the Patriots ended up losing that game on that 35-yard CeeDee Lamb touchdown. But I got the Patriots bouncing back, and Mac Jones sticking it to freaking Zach Wilson and the Jets, man. 2 of the rookie quarterbacks from this draft class going at it, man. I got the Patriots, though.
Yeah, give me the Patriots to get the sweep of the Jets and to bounce back after that gut-wrenching loss against the Cowboys in overtime. So give me New England.
Wait, is this the second matchup between the Patriots and the Jets now this year?
Yeah,
Mac Jones.
They played in what, week 2?
Mac Jones' first win.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Up next, we got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Philadelphia Eagles last week obviously the Buccaneers took their foot off the pedal on them, even when the Buccaneers already had the game won on Thursday Night Football, and they got beat by Tom Brady as expected. Meanwhile, the Las Vegas Raiders just stuck it to Denver as we expected, and I got the Raiders rolling the Eagles at home in the Death Star. So give me the Las Vegas Raiders at home against Philly.
Yeah, give me the Raiders to get to 5-2. I got the Raiders in this one.
All right. Up next, we got the Detroit Lions going to Los Angeles to take on the Los Angeles Rams. The Lions got totally annihilated by the Bengals, and the Rams annihilated the Giants. And Jared Goff is making his homecoming to SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles to take on his former team, where he was the number 1 overall pick in 2016 and was part of that Matthew Stafford trade. And Matthew Stafford, and I expect the Rams to just steamroll in one of my locks of the week. So give me the Rams in one of my locks of the week.
Yeah, give me the Rams in a lock. I think Stafford is going to stick it to the Lions.
Yep. All right, up next, we got the Chicago Bears going to Tampa Bay to take on Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, a rematch of last year, except not in Soldier Field, and Nick Foles is not playing for the Bears this time. It's Justin Fields taking on Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers had that squeak-out win, 28-22. They just took their foot off the pedal. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bears obviously still getting owned by Aaron Rodgers, and I expect them to drop another one, and the Buccaneers get revenge for last year's Thursday night game when Nick Foles was the Bears quarterback. So I got Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady beating the Bears at home. Give me the Bucs.
Yeah, give me the Bucs to get to 6-1.
All right, up next, Texans versus Cardinals. Cardinals lock of the week.
Another lock of the week. Give me the Cardinals to get to 7-0.
Yep.
This will probably be over at half.
Oh,
when we're doing our red zone reactions, you'll probably be putting that check mark in pretty damn early.
That's right. This weekend's a red zone reactions weekend, everybody. So make sure to tune in this Sunday at 10 a.m. as me and Dallas get ready to go live for Red Zone. And last but not least, the Sunday night game. The Indianapolis Colts going to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. The return of one Deforest Buckner. This is one game I've been anxious to see, man. And is Trey Lance still starting for the 49ers?
I think he might. I think he might be still starting for them. I know the 49ers are coming off of a bye week.
Yeah, after basically they freaking had that disappointing 17-10 loss to the Arizona Cardinals when they were surprisingly in it for a little while too. That was a surprisingly good game. We were Red Zone watching that one too. Remember, that was one of our Red Zone reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and DeForest Buckner, this is one game we've been talking about for a while since the trade. Like, we knew this one was coming. How bad do you think Indianapolis wants this for DeForest Buckner? And does DeForest Buckner go off against his former team?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question right there.
Meanwhile, the Colts beat the Texans. That was expected, and T.Y. Hilton is now back for the Indianapolis Colts. And do they have any of their good players on their secondary back now, like Xavier Rhodes?
I'm not sure.
Moali Cox is balling out for them, too. Zach Pascal. We'll see what happens in the 49ers. Deebo Samuel, he's going to make his plays. This is going to be I think this will be a good game, but anybody could win in this one, but, I think I'm actually going to go with the Indianapolis Colts and DeForest Buckner to get his revenge. I'm going to take Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'm going to take Indianapolis to get 2 in a row.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if San Francisco... I wouldn't be surprised if...
And the 49ers, their 4th straight loss after their 2-0 start.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if San Francisco found a way to win it. But Carson Wentz going up. Carson Wentz has never lost to the 49ers either, and I'm pretty sure.
It's a coin. I think this is a coin toss game.
Yeah, but I'll tell you
Both
what.
Both teams are pretty average.
But knowing Indy and Deforest Buckner, they're gonna want to get this game especially for Deforest Buckner. Especially, granted they traded San Francisco a first-round pick, which they got Javon Kinlaw for, but. Man, and DeForest Buckner's impact was immediately felt on Indianapolis' defense after that trade. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how bad do you think DeForest Buckner wants this game?
I think he wants it bad.
I think this could be one of the great revenge games that DeForest Buckner goes off against his former team. All right, last but not least, our game, Monday Night Football. I will be at this game. I will do player interactions live, so stay tuned for that. Monday Night Football, New Orleans Saints coming to Seattle, taking on the Seahawks, where we obviously had that good game against Pittsburgh, but ultimately fell in the end when T.J. Watt stripped us. It was a surprisingly good game. Meanwhile, the New Orleans Saints are coming off of their bye week from last we saw, right, Dallas? Yeah, it's concerning. No, I mean, if we could at least get to 500 at the bye week, this would salvage some hope, but I don't know how much hope it's really going to salvage, considering, that, after we play Jacksonville on the bye week, that we have to face Green Bay and Arizona in back-to-back weeks, and just the way that this season has really gone. Another week without Russell Wilson, the Saints with Jameis Winston. We know they got Alvin Kamara. We know they got a good defense with Cam Jordan on their freaking pass rush, and they got, of course, Marcus Lattimore in the secondary. I never take Sean Payton and the Saints lightly, especially even now that they have Jameis Winston as their starting quarterback since Drew Brees retired. But, man, tell you what, though, man, I was proud of the way that we fought in that game, especially in the second half. If we could just come out a little earlier and just ball in. Plus, we're not going to have Alex Collins this game. We know he sustained an injury. Granted, he had 101 rushing yards against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's kind of a big loss. So who's going to be running the ball?
Probably DJ Dallas and Travis Homer, and I know we looked at some running backs.
They play pretty well, actually.
Yeah, but we just got to control the ball. And DK Metcalf, no more dumbass shit. Shannon Sharp had every right to call you out on that. I saw that Twitter feud, and I sided with Shannon Sharp on that. That was DK Metcalf. You get a ball like that, and you should have just stepped out of bounds to stop the clock. You got to be smart, Freaking just keep your mouth shut and don't get in those fucking disputes, I side with a Hall of Famer any freaking time, and Shannon Sharp made his point, he got his point across on that. So just humble yourself, DK. Just saying that, I like you as a receiver, but you can't be doing stupid shit like that. Dallas?
No, it could have cost us the game.
Well, even though we basically cost it ourselves, we did lose that game anyway, though. And shout out to Steel Maiden for letting me come on his when we did that little preview and just hang out way before the game happened during Red Zone. That was fun being on that. Definitely a lot of respect for Steel Maiden and his channel. Make sure y'all go sub it up. But back to this game wise, Seahawks I know how desperate we are, and now we could very well still lose this game. But I'm just gonna go off of this at hope, and I'm gonna just. And by the way, I will film Matt Hasselbeck's Ring of Honor. They gotta want to win this game for Matt Hasselbeck, especially since Hasselbeck's going on the Ring of Honor at home. But it's hopeful thinking. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost this game though too. But I'm gonna go ahead and just for hopes take the Seahawks, because I really would like to. I want to win this game bad and get a home win. So I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Seahawks based on their desperation level. This game,
they got to be pissed about dropping that game to Pittsburgh, though.
Their season is on the brink right now. They lose this game, their season's over.
Pretty much. But
yeah.
This is just for hopes.
They're in a hole anyways, but if they want to have any hope of even salvaging this season, you got to win the next two before the bye week.
Yeah, and get to 500 at the bye. That's pretty much it. Me and my dad were talking about that. If we want to salvage any hope, we got to get the 500 at the bye. But I'm not taking New Orleans lightly, because we know they're going to feed Alvin Kamara, because every team in all our losses, they've been gassing us with their running attack. Najee Harris gassed us. Derrick Henry gassed us. Alexander Madison gassed us in week 3 with the Vikings. And Najee Harris, they've all been gassing us on the run game. I expect them to feed Kamara to gas our defense, but if we lose this game, it is what it is. I'm still gonna go support the team and just enjoy going to the games and enjoy just supporting the guys regardless of the season. I mean, hey, we've made it through worse, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 4-12 in 2008, 5-11 and the 2-7-9 years in 2010, with the Beastquake and one of the greatest playoff upsets of all time, and 7-9 in 2011 with Deforest Jackson and Charlie Whitehurst. But it is what it is, and let's just see how we do this week. Give me your thoughts down in the comments down below, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and we'll catch you later in the next one. So yeah, when I'm at this game, I'm definitely gonna do a video for when Matt Hasselbeck. I just need to know is he gonna go on to the Ring of Honor before the game starts, or will it be at halftime?
See, I didn't know that he was going into the Ring of Honor, and now I know.
Yeah, him this week, and then Mike Holmgren on Halloween against Jacksonville.
Oh, because Steve Hutchinson went in. Steve Hutchinson on the Thursday night game against the Rams.
No, it wasn't Ring of Honor. He just got his Hall of Fame ring, and David Baker was in.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, picks this week. We split on Broncos and Browns. We picked Titans over Chiefs, Packers over Washington, Ravens over Bengals, Panthers over Giants, Dolphins over Falcons, Patriots over Jets, Raiders over Eagles, Rams over Lions, Buccaneers over Bears, Cardinals over Texans with a lock, Colts over the 49ers, and hopeful. I mean, I still wouldn't be surprised if we lost this game because how banged up we are, but hopeful. And this is just how much of a desire we want, and basically the Seahawks' desperation, especially after the way that they dropped.
Yeah, it's their desperation.
Yeah, they got to be going into this game pissed after the way they dropped those last two games, and definitely going to want it bad, especially to win a home game. And the good news is Gerald Taylor could play because I know he was in the hospital from that injury, but it looks like he's going to be okay, and that's a good sign too. So anyway, catch y'all later. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous, and as always, go Seahawks.